Let's record. Say something.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So you said there's things you cannot discuss, right?
Yes, I can. Whatever. I don't know what the exact points in the video are at this point because it's a long time ago and I just kind of didn't really want to watch it. I skimmed it
Yeah.
because I was like, but I
Okay.
know for a fact there are things in there that I can talk about.
Okay. And that's why. Why is that?
What do you mean, why is that?
Why can't you talk about those things?
There are certain things in the video I cannot talk about because they involve someone I legally cannot mention in public.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll skip the first item. You know which one it is. It's the breakup. Um, okay. Second item on the list. Leo claims that um, when the Minhart situation happened, um, a group chat was created, and you ended up trying to take over the group chat to misspeak about someone. Someone. Is that true?
I didn't try to take over the group chat. Basically, what happened was the person in question that I was talking about, who also is the same person I can't legally mention,
Mm-hmm.
was giving me a lot of anxiety in the moment because them and someone else, Vita, were having issues, and Vita mentioned how he called the police on him, and I was freaking out because this person in private in calls with me would kind of hint at wanting to call the police on me for things in the past that weren't even true. Um, and it freaked me the fuck out, and I was in the chat like, I don't know what to do or how to feel. And they told me, okay, chill out, we're gonna make another chat and deal with this. I didn't try to take over the chat, I just entered the chat because I was like, I didn't know what to do. That was bad on my part, but I wasn't trying to like make the chat all about me all the time. It was like, I think one night, maybe 2 nights it happened.
Okay. You were aware that the chat was for me hard, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I admit that was wrong of me.
Okay.
I was emotional and I should have controlled my emotions better in that
Okay.
situation.
The next item says Eden's group chat that kicked Douglas and Fable Tail. Hold on. Um, mm, yeah, that kicked Douglas and Fable Tail were with you when you tried to withhold the GoFundMe money from Minhart because she was hanging out with Vida. Is that true?
That's not the entire truth. We were also concerned that the reason she was with Vita and Beryl is because it would affect her behavior, and we were afraid that she would go out into the world with the mentality of how they would encourage her to act, and she could get physically hurt by her actions. But that's not the entire truth. Another reason I was worried about the GoFundMe money at the moment was because they didn't have a set plan in motion. They were still trying to figure out what to do, and I was worried that if she was given the GoFundMe money too early before they had a plan, that things wouldn't go well for
Uh,
her
how did you know they didn't have a plan?
because they were talking about it. Like basically there was issues going on with the mother, the police possibly getting involved. There were issues with the emancipation, and they were just on the fence about literally everything.
Okay.
And I was very worried about the situation.
Hmm. What else? But you did try to withhold the GoFundMe money,
I
or
didn't try to
you?
withhold it like by my like I kept suggesting it. I didn't like try to manually take the money.
Okay. And do you think that was right?
No, I do not. I overreacted. I wasn't thinking about the whole picture of the situation, and again, I let my anxiety get the better of me.
Okay.
I was very stupid and emotional in that moment.
Okay. Okay. Fourth item.
It's
Okay.
because there's a video going around about me that someone made, and we're clearing up shit in it that was talked about because it's like there's two sides to every story, and I kind of want people to hear my side of what's going on.
Yeah, it's been a while since that video was posted, like 8 months. So I think it's time now
Yeah.
that the
And the
dust
only
is
reason
settled, and now
the
that
only
people are bringing it back up, it's time to address it, right?
yeah, and the only reason I haven't addressed it fully is because there are things in it I legally cannot talk about.
Okay. I'm not sure about the whole legality thing, but that between you and that person has also
uh,
agreed to not mention you on call on public. So we'll leave it at that, right? Can you hear me?
If there's any sort of case out, then it can be a legal problem. They can't talk about
Yeah.
it.
So we'll leave it at that. The things that involve that person will not refer to him by name, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, that person I had a lot of issues legally with, and basically the judge said you don't talk about them, they don't talk about you.
Okay.
I
Fourth
go
item. Sorry.
I paraphrase it as them at the moment because I was non-binary at the time.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm sorry.
Okay. The fourth item says that you got mad about a YouTuber named Foster, and that you tracked and stalked him over a comment he made about someone you liked, and then lied about doing so. Did that happen?
Did I lie about no. Uh Foster tried to make it seem like I raided their chat when I went in there by myself and I put up a fuss about it. And I wasn't upset just about the fact that he said something about someone I like, because that's not it. He was giving false statements about mental illness as if he knew how it was. Like he was spreading lies about someone and trying to defame them. Like for instance, he was talking about the creator on YouTube, Katsune, and saying how she probably faked her concussion because the medical website he used said concussions could usually last 4 months, and it was over 4 months. And I'm sitting here like, you're not a doctor.
Is
You're
what?
the one who decides that.
Yeah. You don't want it?
And no, I didn't lie about it. In fact, me and Foster actually made up on Discord quite a long time ago. We just don't talk anymore because we have our own lives. We don't really talk to each other.
Okay, so that situation got solved internally, right?
Yeah, it got solved very privately.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know what their username on Discord anymore is, so I would have to go back and look.
You don't have to. It's no big deal. I mean, if you want.
Well, it would help prove that we made up.
Okay.
I could go through the friends list. I hope they still have Discord. I would assume so.
Okay, but that's for later. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fifth item says Drakinator Warrior Cats fandom. You went pedo hunting with a couple people from the Brony fandom, and you ended up harassing the victim because they weren't being forthcoming with the information. Is that right?
I don't think I really harassed them. Like, we didn't even know who the victim was for a very long time. And when we found out, we got upset about it because they weren't actually a victim. They falsely accused someone of being a pedophile. And then I messaged them because I was like, hey, we could do a live stream and clear this up. And then I constantly messaged them one night because it's like, hey, we're doing the live stream. Where are you? You said you'd be here. And then they just completely vanished. And what really bugged me about the situation is they went and said, I never called that person a pedophile, only to discredit themselves, immediately calling the person a pedophile a day after and making like a Google Doc of reasons why this person could be a pedophile, the traits of a pedophile and shit.
Okay.
When the person was still in high school.
Okay. That person, that is related, what relates to the Warrior Cats fandom, right?
Yeah, no, that was the Drakinator and fucking Andrew situation
Okay.
with the Diana.
Okay. Okay, the sixth item I can't discuss in public. You know which one it is?
Which one?
The leaking.
The what?
Okay. Leo says that you accused your former boyfriend of of threatening to leak your nudes,
Mm-hmm.
and that you tried to sell the nudes of Leo the Kitty, someone who was 17.
Lou the Kitty was not 17, first off. Lou the Kitty was a fully grown adult. Second off, Lou the Kitty put her nudes out on public
Mm-hmm.
already in her
Mm-hmm.
chat room
Mm-hmm.
where minors could see.
Mm-hmm.
And my ex did threaten to release my nudes.
Sweetie.
And I have evidence of this information being valid because people don't understand this. When I went to the doctors, this is important, this is related. I went to the doctors after I came back from BronyCon because my chest was hurting, and with my history of having a collapsed lung, we thought I should go to the doctor, make sure it's okay, because travel could have set something off, given me bronchitis or something like it did last time. I went to the doctor and they asked me, "Is there anything emotionally bothering you at this point?" And I told them, "Yeah, I'm having issues with X right now." They asked what started it. All I did, without saying a word, I pulled up the messages from Skype about what he said about the nudes, and they immediately stepped aside and called the police. That's how I know what was happening was wrong. And that's why I have conviction in it.
Okay.
Because the police got involved by my doctor.
Okay, but okay. And the Leo the Kitty, did you try to sell the nudes to Kiwi Farms?
Yes. I was going to give the news that she made public to someone because I was like, you know what? This person has literally raped a child. I am pissed off. And she puts these nudes out where minors can see. I was upset. Yeah.
But sell them to make profit?
Okay, hold on. That was your thought process at the moment. Do you agree with it now?
No, I do not.
Why?
Because that was wrong of me. Even if she's a pedophile, that was a stupid fucking thing to do.
Okay. Something May 2019.
I was pissed off because I was in the mentality of this child was literally raped. This child was groomed. This child was gaslighted.
I
And
know.
she wasn't taking any fucking responsibility. And then I go in her chat room and I find out she is giving her nudes to minors. And I thought this is bullshit. And I was pissed. And my ex mentioned it to me and he said, you can make a buck off that. And at first I was like, I really don't think that's a good idea. And then I'm like, and I kept seeing the minors getting these nudes, and I was like, in my anger, I was like, maybe I could.
Okay.
And then I decided during that conversation, no, it's not a good idea.
But even if that person goaded you to, it was still your decision, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Okay, next situation. Grizzly the Medic. Shortly after BronyCon ended, it said that you tried to divert attention from the Grizzly the Medic, who is a pedophile, because the person who was speaking out about him was your ex. Is that right? The Leo says that you posted a super chat in Mr. Metcur's channel, um, Miss Mrs. Speaking, that person, your
Mr.
ex.
Meta.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened is I didn't know that that person was going to go to Mr. Medicare about that situation at all. Literally, I was just watching Mr. Medicare's live stream and he was mentioning a guy who raped a girl like had sex with a girl when she was drunk. And I was like, I literally know someone who told me that they don't think having sex with someone when they're drunk is rape. That's all that happened. I had no idea Grizzly the Medic was going to be involved with that situation because I wasn't keeping tabs on it. I heard about the Grizzly the Medic situation vaguely, but like I wasn't paying attention to it. I knew it had something to do with a staff at BronyCon because I was friends from someone who was staff at BronyCon and let me know, and they were friends with Grizzly and I was helping them grieve the process. But I didn't know they were going to get Mr. Medicare involved at all.
Okay. Next one. Ichabod. Oh boy. So you were told that Ichabod was an orbiter,
That
and
what?
you were dating him after you were told he was an orbiter. Is that true?
Yes, this is true. Can I explain?
Of course, it's your call.
I confronted Ichabod. I told him, what is going on? I'm getting messages from people all over, even people that don't like me. What is going on? And basically, he told me to get into call with him, and me, I think, Fabletail, and I can't remember who else. People got into call with him, and he basically told me that what happened is he told her about. She asked him about 50 Shades of Grey, and he explained that's not proper BDSM. Let me tell you what BDSM and safe words are. And knowing that Mint is from, an abusive home and doesn't have people who really care about her or would explain it to her, he said he was coming from a good place with a good heart. And you know what? I took that. I told him, I don't agree with what you did. You should not have been that blunt and specific with her. She is still a minor, but I understand your heart was in the right place. However, I want to say, when did I find out? Fucking August? Maybe September? I'd have to go back and look at the messages. Someone approached me in the Hasbin fandom and told me that's not all he did. And they showed me the screenshots of him saying shit like he's attracted to her, he would wait for her and shit. And I confronted him. I straight up said, do you want to explain these? And I can actually read out that conversation.
Okay, hold on. Eden,
Yes.
I was one of the people who sent you those screenshots. Amongst those screenshots, there was one where Ichabod said, "To Mint Heart, I am falling for you in a big way." Did you miss that screen cap the day I sent it? I understand if
Yes.
you did because it was a
Yeah, no,
very long day, but
I did because like all I did was I just saw messages of people saying you need to hear about what's going on with Ichabod. I was swarmed with screenshots and shit, and I wanted to confront him about it. And I missed a lot of shit.
okay, so you skimmed them and you accidentally missed the screenshot. That's
Yes.
that's that's what happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the minute I found out what he actually did and I found out like everything he said and he tried to defend it fucking like when I confronted him, he was like, "Well, it's legal where I am." And I just looked at that and I said, "No. No, 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 no. That's the Toon Critic excuse. That's what he used with the girl from fucking
Okay.
I think
Uh, can you give me a moment? I have to turn a light.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is going on? No, no. Okay. Okay, that's on the Ichabod front for now, I think.
And I
Okay.
want to say this right here, right now. If,
Mm-hmm.
we do put this public, Mintheart, I was a fucking idiot in every way in all of those situations. I wasn't thinking, I was stupid. I was taking the side of someone because I loved them and I trusted them and I should have fucking seen the other side. That was wrong of me. You didn't deserve what you got. Ichabod was a fucking terrible person. I was a terrible person to you. And you have every goddamn right not to forgive me. But
Okay.
goddamn, I am so sorry for what you've gone through, and I honestly hope you're doing better.
Okay. That's that for now, I think. Then we have the first incident in the Has Been Hotel fandom. Uh, you made a Nazi Doctor OC in Has Been Hotel and got very defensive when accused of it.
So
Based
basically,
on a real person, because it was based on a real person, you got called out.
well, okay, can I explain?
Of course.
Basically, what happened is I found my friend sent me a picture of cactuses that look like bear claws, and I
Mm.
was like, "Oh, that would make a really cool OC, like a poisonous bear demon." And then I thought, what if he was a doctor who killed and tortured his patients? So I
Hmm.
was looking throughout history, and I was like, World War II had doctors who did this. What if he worked under one of those doctors? I didn't base him off of that person, but that was still wrong of me. And I did get defensive because first off, I was just waking up in the morning and I just saw the message about what happened. And second off, the reasoning they used is it can't be based off a real person. And that made me upset because there was someone in Hazbin Hotel based off a real person being Jeffrey Dahmer. And I was like, I don't understand. And that did upset me, but then after like people talked to me, like really talked to me, I settled down, I took some time and I realized, yeah, you know what? That was offensive. I'm going to change it. That was wrong of me. And I've never done that again.
Okay. No, I want to say for the record,
Mhm.
Hazbin Hotel takes place in hell. That's exactly where a Nazi doctor will go. Like, come on, I don't see a big issue with that. But whatever.
I can understand why it would offend and hurt people because there are still survivors of World War II and people who are relatives of survivors who've heard the stories.
Okay.
I do understand where they're coming from, absolutely.
But also at the same time, there are literally two canonical characters in Hazbin that are incredibly horrible, like Valentino and Alistair. Valentino literally sexually
isn't he a
abuses
cannibal?
people. Alistair is a cannibalistic serial killer. So having having a torturous German doctor OC, I don't see how that would be.
Yeah, this
Like-
seems a little petty to me, honestly.
Yeah.
This has a second part, and that's when they found out that the Nazi doctor thing happened, they found a Nazi pony OC.
It wasn't okay. I did not make a character that was a Nazi for My Little Pony. What happened is someone told me I am a Nazi. And we all sat in call and laughed because it's like I was non-binary at the time. I am very pro LGBT. I'm very pro mental health. I am everything a Nazi is not. And I drew the character and the Nazi up and like, yeah, look, I would totally absolutely be a Nazi. Like it was absolutely out of sarcasm. Was it stupid of me? Yes, it was stupid. I was prideful. I was cocky as shit. But no, the character themselves is not canonically a Nazi. I literally did it to be like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Himself is not a Nazi. Holy fuck no. I would
Yeah.
never put a Nazi OC in My Little Pony. Oh my god.
Okay. Leo says that at the time you justified that with saying that your ex forced you to do it.
He didn't force me to do it. We were all in call and we were all like nudging each other and joking around. He didn't force me to do it. It was basically like, you know, like how when you have a bunch of friends and
No,
you're
I
all
have
together.
made I have made similar things.
Yes, exactly. No, it's like I didn't get forced to do it. It was like I was in a toxic environment and I became a toxic person through it.
Okay. So you did draw it.
Yes, I did. Absolutely. I drew that. I regret it. I don't like thinking about it. I've deleted it from my computer. It was stupid of me. But no, that OC is not a Nazi.
Okay. Okay. This is the 11 Hazbin Hotel second incident. It says here that you suicide baited and
Like,
you got mad at Leo, Vida, and Jace for making a wellness check on you.
I didn't suicide bait. I think this was like around the time my brother died. Fucking in January. I think maybe a month later.
Must be because this is the end of the timeline in the video.
Okay. Yeah. Around the time my brother died.
Mm-hmm.
I was very mentally unstable for a long time because of it. And there was other bullshit along with him dying that happened in the family that just exacerbated it. And then on top of all of this, because of the Nazi OC, I lost a lot of friends in Hazbin Hotel, and it made me think, if I'm gonna keep losing people, what else am I gonna lose? You know, I lost my brother, and
I know.
I didn't want to lose people, and I snapped. I absolutely snapped. I got help. I went to the hospital. I got medications. I take therapy. I've been taking therapy, but since like even before then for about a year or two now, but you
Okay.
know, I didn't want to take any more loss.
Okay, that's understand. So you did have that thought, and you did make a post about suicide, right?
Yes, absolutely. I made a post because I just made an audio post saying I'm sorry. I don't know what to do anymore. I wanted to die. And I went out to the street at first and I looked at the cars and I just thought I could walk out there and no one would know. And I walked back inside because I didn't know what to do. I stood here crying and just thinking, I don't want to be alive, but I don't want to die. I didn't know what I was feeling. It was very confusing.
Okay. Do you want to
So-
take a couple minutes? I have to go to the bathroom.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're back. Uh, okay. The second part of that is that Leo Vida and Jace made a wellness check on you. Is that true?
I don't know who did, to be honest. I just know someone did, and I am grateful for that. I really am. Because that helped me get help and put me in the hospital and gave me a support group and people to talk to who got me in contact with a service to help me heal with my abuse. And I am very grateful for that wellness check.
Okay. I think this was the worst part. Let's keep going. Uh, in early 2020, you were shown to still be friends with Massacre Molly, someone who is friends with the Predator Tomb Critic Y2K. Is
Yes.
that true?
Yes, it was true. I didn't approve of her actions, but I didn't want to cut her off because I felt bad that she's been there for me through a lot of shit. Her and I don't really talk anymore. The only reason we would ever have any communication is because we're in a group chat planning Fable Tale's wedding together. But no, we don't talk outside of that.
Okay. So you are still friends with Molly after being called out on it.
I'm not friends with her, I'm just in the same chat room as her.
Okay. Okay, this one we can skip. It says you tried to go to court again and the case was thrown out.
It wasn't thrown out, it was basically given the you don't talk about them, they don't talk about you. That's not
Okay.
exactly throwing it out. That's basically they put it on the record and they said if they have to talk to us again, they'll put a restraining order both ways.
Okay. So if you try to go to the court again, there will be legal enforcers to never speak about the other again, right?
I think that's what they said, yeah.
Okay. Oh no, this one isn't pretty either. Hmm. Okay. You were in call with Patchwork Heart, and they mentioned the fact that you had confided them that you had multiple personalities, and you reacted by throwing out people from the call, yelling at the host of the call to end it and delete the video. Did that happen?
Yes, it did. I didn't want that information public. I don't like people knowing about my mental disorder. I try to keep it under wraps. Only very few people know. I don't let people know a lot because I am terrified of judgment and shit. I go to therapy for it and I take treatments for it to keep it under wraps. slips through every now and then, and I was upset and panicking that that was said publicly for a lot of people to hear.
Okay. Um, do you think what you did was right at the moment?
No. I should have reacted better. I should have calmly explained that that's a private matter that should have stayed private.
Okay. There's also one thing. I was in one room. I think it was a DA games room where you openly in public mention those disorders, those multiple personalities.
I don't remember mentioning them.
Yes, I do because I was okay. This is not gonna go better. When I was in top of the world, we raided servers just because you were in them, right? You remember?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. One of those servers, we arrived when you were recovering from some painkillers. I don't think you remember that time.
Oh fuck! I remember. I was high off tramadol, I
Yeah,
think, and I was high off my ass. Yes, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember I was high.
it was funny. It was really, really funny. You call fusion cute. Um, wait, that's not funny anymore. Ugh. Anyways, in that server, there is a recorded of you mentioning your multiple personalities.
I don't remember this. I truly don't.
I know. I'm sorry. I just want to put it on the table. That's why Leo in the video said that that information was already public.
But the thing is it's one thing if I did say it in a server to like people who are friends or whatever. That's still technically private because Discord is technically you're only able to access it if you know the people or are in the same area as them. Putting it public on YouTube or Twitter or whatever that was, I never did that.
Okay. Just
Also, not to mention that you never even gave them permission to make that public in the first place.
Yeah.
okay. You know how my statement is about it. If it's on Discord, it's public already. But that's my point of view. No, that's not yours, and that maybe it's on Discord. So I don't know. Okay, 15. These are all out of order, more or less, because the timeline ends with the Massacre Molly incident.
Hmm.
Uh, says here that you leaked the names, the first and last name of someone who antagonized you because they said your real name.
I don't remember this.
Someone named Lindgren. Lindgren.
Linger?
I have to go to back to the video.
I don't think I think I leaked like their last name. I don't think I leaked their first one because I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, the last name.
yeah.
It's
Like
a
I
tweet
didn't.
from you that only has the last name.
Yeah, yeah. And that I was mad that I think I was like, if I remember correctly, I was mad I was being dead named and people were saying my full birth name with my dead name, which is my birth name, because I was pissed that this was still happening. Because it's like, if people are pissed at me, that's one thing, but can they not say my birth name and my dead name? And I said the last name of someone I knew.
Okay. Do you think that was right from you?
No, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Just because I'm pissed and I'm emotional doesn't give me the right to be that.
Um, it says here that you have used racial slurs, which I can vouch for. Workmas, when we raided
Yes.
you answered with fucking blah 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 blah.
Yes, yes. When I was in the toxic environment with people who use racist slurs, I picked up that habit. That was very terrible of me because I was raised not to do that. I don't do that anymore. And I regret it. I don't stand by it. That was terrible of me. I don't. No.
Okay. I can vouch for the you don't do it anymore because I've been what, a month around, less than a
You've
month.
known me for like over a year
Yeah,
technically
yeah,
because
but
you were
I've
in
been
my
in
chat
contact with
room.
you for a month.
Yeah, and even when people say like, even when Ruza says or like says it with the A at the end, I'm still like, hey, let's not say that in my chat.
Okay. Fuck the fusion incident. When Fusion W got ousted as trying to have sexual interactions with minors, you jumped the gun, and you were contacted by Stalin. Stalin told you he was underage and in a relationship. Fuck, I can speak today. In a relationship with Fusion, you went into call with him. You asked him. Uh, you made him many questions, but you didn't take any proof that Stalin was Fusion's uh, boyfriend or that he was underage. Is that
Yeah,
true?
yes, that's true. And I've learned from that. Um, I still don't like that that happened because it was confusing because like they still gave me evidence of him grooming children and shit, so they gave me evidence of other sorts that I asked for, but I do understand I jumped the gun. I had the mentality of comfort the victim, believe the victim, because I was told by Cinnamon, who I trusted, that hey, this person dated Fusion and is underage and is a victim of his. And it's like
No,
I didn't
Cinnamon
want to
was in on your go.
yeah, Cinnamon was back when Cinnamon and I were on good terms.
Yeah, I remember that. I was in Barrel at the same time. I didn't say anything. I think I wasn't in contact with you at that moment.
No, I don't think you were.
Okay. And the most important part, or the most important accusation, because this one has some legal dangerous claims behind,
Mhm.
says that you made a GoFundMe for someone named Manga Jack, that you never gave the money to them. You kept it, and you never did the the GoFundMe included an art trade that you never took a part of. So you didn't
Um
your half of the art trade.
I will say that the GoFundMe didn't have to do with the art trade. It was just I think half a year later we were just talking and wanted to do an art trade with each other. I should have done that half of the art trade. That is on me. I had a lot of shit going on in my life and I didn't really draw a lot at the time.
Hmm.
Um as for the GoFundMe, basically the reason for the GoFundMe was to get them out of their abusive home. And when that was happening, I had moved to Louisiana into my own abusive home and lost contact with them until like I think a year later. We talked on and off, but we didn't talk a lot. I didn't talk to a lot of people during that time on the internet because of what was going on in my home life because we didn't really have Wi Fi or anything. So by the time I got back into contact with them, they were already out of their abusive home. So I thought, okay, that's good. We don't need the GoFundMe anymore. And I shut the GoFundMe down and I thought the GoFundMe refunded people. But I have made a promise and I've told you this that when I get a job again, I am going to make money and I am going to give it to Manga Jag,
Okay.
regardless.
And so you don't have that money.
No, I do not.
Are you sure GoFundMe refunded it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. That's on the accounts on you. Like, this is mostly what was on the video. But
Yeah.
Leo talks about your friendships. Do you want to go through that for a bit?
Yeah, we could go through that.
Okay. The first one is that kid Douglas, the one who apparently he had a part on trying to take the money away from Mint, and he made a hit video on Mint. What do you have to say about that?
I don't approve of the hit video.
Are you still in contact with that kid Douglas?
No, we are not. I mean, no, I am not.
Okay. The other one is Fable She tried to extort Deviant Crow at the time, Matt Clushy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she made false accusations, trying to assume how the law worked, and she is still friends with Mascarmoney.
I don't approve of the extortion. I even went onto a live stream with my ex and I said outright, I don't approve of what she did. That was a fucking stupid thing of her to do. I
Um,
am still in contact with her because we have been through a lot together. I don't approve of what she did there, but like I helped her get engaged. I'm going to her wedding and she's been there through my darkest hours and I see her as a sister. I don't approve of her actions of what she did. I am going to say that.
and the trying to silence people, DMCA claims, and all of those things.
DMC claims?
See, not DMCA claim, no, privacy. When you flag a video on YouTube because you don't like its content,
Who did she do that to? I don't think I know
Leo,
about that one.
Leo, and Vida, and Jace, and you did that too, didn't you?
I think I flagged fucking Coyote Lovely and I already said that.
Oh yeah.
Um, well, did they say her name at all? I mean, like, because if like the only reason I would ever approve of flagging someone is if her name was said, or given her, or her location was given, or something of actual private information that she wouldn't want people knowing about that could put her or her family in danger. I don't know about the specifics of that situation, so
Okay.
I didn't even know these DMC claims were like filed.
I don't know. There were content strikes, and I know that you did content strike a couple videos from Vida. Ah, sorry, I was muted.
That's
Uh,
okay.
they were content strikes, and I know that you did try to content strike Vida's content.
Vita. Which when did I strike him? I don't. I think the
Uh,
only did I strike him?
him or Jace?
Jace. Jace. I struck because a photo of me was used. I didn't want out there.
Okay. Leo says that you tried to content strike his own video, and that's why it's blurred now. Is that true?
Which video was that?
The one that we're discussing.
I think if he showed private information of mine on screen, I think I did. I don't remember it again. Only if he showed like my name or
He
a
did.
piece of my info. He showed my name. That yes, I did strike it because like I do not like my full birth name being out there. It's just
Okay. As an aside, have you taken down the accounts that had your real name of the internet?
the ones I can't take down the DeviantArt because I don't have the password for it anymore. I can't get into it. I can't
Mhm.
shut it down, so I can't get to that one. Um, the artist one, I'd have to go back and find that website because I'd have to remember the username and the password for that. But I could try to take that down. I don't even know how someone found that as the thing because I didn't advertise it anywhere. Like that was supposed to be used to get like offline freelance artwork when I lived in Louisiana. Artwork employment.
I don't know. I know I found it, or I got it shared, but I don't remember how or why. Okay, that's on Fable and the DMC at the content strikes. So, will you still do you agree with content striking still?
The only time I agree with content striking is private information. That
Okay,
is literally the only time I agree with it.
okay,
Because I do think that that is an invasion and that can put someone's safety to a degree at risk.
okay, Okay, that's done with Fable 2. Have you have any conversations with Matt Plushie since 2 years ago?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
I hate
Uh,
that person. Like, I'm sorry. They can do their own life. I'm no part of it.
no, they are fucking bitch.
I think the only thing that happened is when Fable Tale made that chat room or whatever to go extort them. Like she messaged me, and what happened is she messaged me the night, and she says, "Lol, I can't believe we're doing this to Plushie." And I'm sitting here like, "What are you talking about? I'm over here playing a video game." And she's like, "Aren't you in this chat room?" I'm like, "No, this is what are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, then there's a fake in here with me." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I didn't even talk to Plushie, but she showed me the chat after, and I scrolled like when it was over, I think she screen shared and scrolled through it, and I screen recorded it, and I think that's on my ex's stream.
Okay. So you are completely sure that you weren't the one in the room with Fable and
One
Plushie.
absolutely 100% sure.
Okay.
We even messaged the person after.
Do you have those DMs?
Yeah, I can go find them.
Okay.
Hopefully they didn't delete their fucking account.
Yeah. You know, even
Cause
if they delete it, if you find if you can type the keyword, a keyword of something that was said in that conversation, you can find the DMs sometimes. I'm not sure if all the time. Um, as an aside, Matt Plushie was in Barrel when that happened. That night was fucking annoying. Yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. Next one is Quillstroke. Do you still are you still in contact with Quillstroke?
Yeah, I talk to her on and off. I haven't talked to her a lot um uh, because like one I've gotten busy and two I don't like the fact that Ichabod is still in her and Prose's life. I understand that they're friends and everything, but it makes me very very uncomfortable.
Okay. So Quillstroke and Prophetic Prose are still friends with Ichabod.
I haven't asked them recently if they still are because I don't know. They could have cut him off by now, and I just might not know and have not asked, but I haven't asked because I don't want to cause a fight.
Yeah. Okay. Because Leo's part of the video on Quillstroke says that Quillstroke was defending Ichabod. And she said that Ichabod was set up and he was ambushed by Mintheart. Excuse me.
What happened?
Quillstone claimed that Mintheart had set up Ichabod, and that Ichabod wasn't a predator because an orbiter because Mintheart was the one who asked them. Uh, I don't know what you think about that.
I No, Mint is absolutely the victim in this case. I'm sorry. I've looked at the evidence and I can't. She brought the information to light because she was upset me and Ichabod were close. I know that, but I don't think that discounts the fact she is a victim.
Okay. Uh, hmm. Now, Leo mentioned someone named Croaxis. Do you know who that is?
Proax? Trying
Croaxis.
to trying to think of that name.
Someone
Caraxus.
who had a server and a stream.
Oh, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He and I don't even talk anymore. I don't even think I'm in his server.
Mm,
I think it's been like over a year since we've talked.
okay. Leo accused you of making an echo chamber for yourself. That when you accuse, I think it was Coyote Lovely, you denied to go that you denied to go in call on a stream because you didn't want to confront them. Did that happen?
So what happened is I wanted to discuss things and I was perfectly accepting having a civil discussion, but the discussion wasn't civil or mature from what Coyote was doing, and I didn't feel comfortable with how I was being treated. So I just kind of said, "Hey, listen, I don't really want to do this right now." and I was willing to do this. No, it's okay. Understood.
You tell them they're not in call, but never mind. Keep going.
All right. I didn't really I think I planned to have a stream with them later, but then shit happened in my home life with my cat getting really sick and us thinking we had to put her down, so I said, "Listen, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this." I'm still like the only reason I haven't reached out to Coyote is because I don't know how he feels about me. You know, he's blocked me on Twitter and I've taken the message of if he doesn't want to contact me, I won't contact him.
Okay.
But if he does still want to talk, I am willing to talk. With everyone who wants to talk with me. If anyone wants to talk to me, I am willing to talk.
Okay. It says here. Wait, I think we skipped a bit of that one. Coyote, coyote, coyote. It's lost. It says here that Spoken Mind accused you of having roleplay with a minor.
Okay. So, I was role playing on Twitter with someone who is an Alistair, and they didn't have if they were a minor on their page, and we were just having regular roleplay, and then they made it sexual and said he got turned on. Immediately, I went to DMs and said, "Are you 18? Because if you are not, we are not continuing with that subject, and you need to put in your profile if you are under 18." Boom, that stopped there, right there. We still roleplayed together and kept it SFW, but it did not get any further. I do not roleplay sexually with minors. I am very against it. I see it as grooming, sexual manipulation, and sexual abuse of a minor. Anyone who does that can get fucked.
Okay. Okay. There's one that they were having a stream, a live stream, and Quillstroke and you apparently and everyone and Quillstroke accused it was a live stream about Minheart, and Quillstroke went into the chat and started spamming about Vida being a predator and that Minheart wasn't safe because Vida was a predator. Now, it's true that Vida is a predator. It's true that he preyed on Minheart, but Quillstroke didn't have the proof, and that's
No,
what
she did
Leo
not.
took an issue with.
I didn't know what to think. I think all I said in that chat was, "Oh, question mark," because I didn't know what was going on. You know, it's like, I don't know. I remember, like, after she went into DMs and told me that in Barrel at one point, Mint had discussed moving in with him when she turns 18. And I was like, I mean, if she's an adult, sure, I don't see the issue, but that is a little suspicious if they've known her since she was 13. But, like, that's the most that happened in that situation.
So you didn't know that Quillstroke tried to like go on a stream to make accusations
Well,
about
I was
Vida.
there for that, but I didn't know what to think of it. Like,
Okay.
I was there for that, but I didn't know if it was, like, true or not.
Okay. Leo says that you were perfectly fine with Therapy Rarity being in a couple of rooms you share with,
Wait, what?
specifically Therapy Rarity. You remember
Who
them?
the who the fuck is Therapy Rarity?
Yeah, a predator. I don't even
What the
remember who it
fuck?
was. Someone named Therapy Rarity who was a predator. I
Someone
can't.
who was a predator? Was it, like, in rooms I was in? What rooms?
Croax's room.
What the fuck?
I
I
got
had
no
no
clue.
idea about this. What the fuck? Did
Okay.
Caraxes know he was a predator?
I have no clue because Leo. I think the last points of this are Leo being a bit. If you get my drift. And the last one is Midnight Chimes. Are you still in touch with Midnight Chimes?
We got back in contact recently.
Did he hold you accountable?
Yes, he did. As soon as he found out about the Ichabod shit, he cut me off.
Okay, and then what happened? Do you have anything to say on that front?
Everyone who cut me off in that situation absolutely had a right to. I wasn't seeing the full picture. I wasn't looking at all the evidence.
Okay, that's pretty much the end of the video. Leo mentions Sin being a spy, which
Who being a spy?
Cinnamon,
Oh yeah, Cinnamon.
yeah, which I mean, whatever. I also told you, and whatever. Okay, why didn't you cut off Sync when I told you that she was a spy?
I didn't have any proof.
I sent you the proof.
I think it's because like I contacted Cinnamon and like they told me like they weren't a spy or like they were like confused or like I don't remember. I remember confronting Cinnamon about it and them being like having a different I don't know.
So they lied
I
to you.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or like I think they were like I didn't mean to do it out of malicious intent or whatever.
Oh bullshit. I was in barrel at that time. Um. Okay. There are many people that have been wronged by you and your actions. Um. Do you have anything to say about them?
People have the right to not forgive me. People have the right to hate me. People have the right to disassociate from me for that. I understand.
Okay.
It's why I haven't reached out to a lot of people because it's like I don't know what people think of me and people make their opinions of me.
Okay. And I had other thing. Oh yeah. Um. Many items on the list on this list are things that you have admitted to doing,
Hmm.
and you have said that they were wrong. Do you have an encapsulating apology for them, or do you want to leave them as they are?
No, I have an encapsulating apology. I became a toxic person. I'm gonna be flat out. I became a very angry, toxic, bitter person during last year, especially. I became volatile. I lashed out. I did things that were stupid. I did things that were mean. I did things that were evil, fucking cold hearted, whatever you want to call it. A lot of words that fit them. And there is no excuse for them. There are reasons why I acted the way I did, absolutely. My emotions controlled me. Does that excuse my actions? No. I am to be held accountable for my actions. I am to be told this was wrong. I am to be shown and faced with what I've done.
Okay.
And I want to make one thing clear
Mm-hmm.
because there's one person who's been bugging the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Fluffy. You are not getting an apology because you are someone who mistreats people, included myself.
Oh no, they fucking lace Fluffy. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm just making that clear because I'm sick of her and she is not a part of the situation. She is not someone I have wronged. I was her friend. She cut me off and then she started going ballistic.
Okay. Um, the video Leo made date from April. April. It's been 7, 8 months since then,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you
let me
taken any steps to right your wrongs since that time?
I have stayed out of drama to the very best of my ability. I have apologized to as many people as I can. I am currently working to get a job to pay the money back to Manga Jag. Um, I have gone to the hospital. I have medication. I go to therapy often. It's obviously like because of COVID, I can't physically go, so it's a phone call, so it's a little different. But so we can't like do workbooks and shit that they have planned, but we do other exercises and coping mechanisms and talking and shit. Um, I have reached out to people, and people have reached out to me. I have repaired some relationships to the best of my abilities. I am continuing to work on myself as a person and control my emotions and not act on them. The only time I act on a situation is when I see something is happening that isn't okay that needs to be dealt with, like the pedophile the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking trying to think. I don't go out and pick fights anymore. I leave shit as it is. I ignore people to the best of my ability until they bring shit to my door directly. Then I can't ignore it and I just say fuck off. And yeah,
Okay.
I don't
Um,
know if there's anything else that I don't know I'm doing. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It's your life. I've been very recently here, so I won't be able to tell you. I think that's a wrap. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.